Hello, hello, hello. It is me and my kid, Miss Minnie here for week 3 of Margarete Miller's challenge. I'm still need a cover. 3. Are you still doing 2-page spreads?
Yep.
So our prompts for this week were something you'd take on a picnic, an image from a magazine, text other than English or your native language, which in our case is the same, something torn, something you'd place on a bookshelf, and the bonus item is something found in a school bag. So let's see what the two of us come up with.
My chair just pulled my hair.
Do what?
So my chair just pulled my hair.
Ouch. Let me use the shelf behind me for my projects like I'm supposed to be.
This is another one, I'm not going to lie. I didn't really think all the way through, so...
That's okay. An hour ago, I was on the phone with Muzz trying to figure out something to put on a bookshelf besides a book. Because, that's kind of obvious.
Yep.
I was like, what else do you put on a bookshelf? And I'm like, well, in my craft room, everything's on a shelf except for books. Books are the one things I don't have on bookshelves.
Books are so cliche. Who would do that?
I know. I was like, let's try to find something that, isn't a book. Hello to our person in the bushes. Feel free to come in and chat with us along with the project. Well, and whoever it was just bounced right back out.
It was me. I have books.
Oh.
Maybe on this side of the page this time. Maybe I'll go across.
I'm feeling really shaky tonight, and I don't know why. Got like that internal shake going on.
Oh, did you check your blood sugar?
No, but I literally just got done eating, and that could very well be it because it was a very high glycemic index dinner. I'm sure my blood sugar is probably through the roof. I was like, 10 minutes to 5. I'm like, oh, I guess I should figure out what I'm cooking my husband for dinner. Muzz is like, food if he's lucky. Like, well, duh. I was like, I just grabbed, digging through the freezer trying to figure out, and I'm like, oh, I've got frozen Alfredo sauce in here. So I just defrosted some Alfredo and cooked up the noodles, put some sourdough toast in the toaster, and I'm like, oh, we're calling that dinner. And I'm like, yep. I go, this is going to be a rough night for me. And she's like, why? And I go, because I'm wheat and lactose intolerant.
Yep.
And I'm diabetic. So. I should have wrote down where I saw some of these ideas. It was one of my, I don't know. It was a random channel that I came across. I was like, oh, I like that idea. And I'm kind of at the frame of mind though, sis, that, sometimes you need to not think about it
and just go.
And a lot of times it actually comes out better if you don't.
Well,
especially for you as an overthinker. You need to, that's your word for this year. Underthink.
Last week's, I didn't think about last week's either, and I ended up not liking it, but...
Okay, but is that yeah, that's a self-evaluation moment, I think.
Always.
Do you not like it because you didn't plan it out? Or is there other reasons you don't like it?
There's definitely other reasons, but
that's it. And I'm sure there's always going to be ones that, even watching Gail sometimes, she's like, okay, well, it's done. I'm like, yep. That's how I feel about things sometimes. I'm like, well, at least I got it done.
Yeah.
I am definitely behind. Normally I film my Carrie the Crafter video on Mondays and then have it posted on Wednesdays. Have it post on Wednesday, but because we had our 4-H meeting last night and yesterday was kind of a bad brain day, like a non-functioning brain day, I didn't get it done.
Bad brain day.
I'm like looking at it, I'm like, oh crud. As I was doing the other video for my 60s journal, so I was filming it earlier, I was like, whoops. There's a different video I should be doing right now. I know it's funny because even one of the channels that I normally watch, they're actually doing a live right now. Yeah. And they don't usually. I think this is like their second one that they've done a live stream. And they're doing a 4-way. It's kind of their introduction. They're doing a 4-way collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're displaying. I don't know, that's not the right word. Like when you're introducing something for the first time. That's the word I'm looking for.
Debut?
Yes, thank you. Their collaboration DigiKit, and they're all crafting with it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Like, and it's a mother and daughter. It's scrapbooking with me, and then Melina Pilot. And Melina is one of my Saturday people that I watch to do my Saturday book. And her mom is scrapbooking with me. So it's mother-daughter, and then Kara Brandon, who's one of their design team people. And I forget who the fourth one is.
Are you ready?
For what? You goofy.
What was that little voice?
She asked me if I was ready
Oh, ready for what?
to watch her be goofy.
Oh, always. I'm going to have to look. Otherwise, it's going to drive me badonkers.
By me.
Oh, and Betty Renfro. The theme is Cabin in the Winter Woods. Oh, so here's their description. Cabin in the Winter Woods is a digital collab where each person was given only one image, a cabin in winter, and was tasked to create 2 journal pages and 2 add-on pages for this exciting kit. The theme is Cabin in the Winter Woods. No one had any clue what the others were making. All we knew was it was cabin and winter. We are so excited to show you what we came up with. The kit is beautiful. It all coordinates perfectly. Full 16 pages. Available for sale on the 15th on all 3 websites. So it's kind of like what we're doing right now. They had a prompt, cabin and winter, and go. And each one designed 4 pages. without anybody else, else on the team knowing what they were doing.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, I've got it like marked to go back and watch it. All of my stuff is really big this week.
I didn't set up my light and stuff this week either.
I got my ring light. Thanks for finding it for me in the weirdest of places.
You're welcome. I just have the mini to my maker this week, so I left the light
It's a
on.
good thing that you the mini to your maker, so you have to have your light on. Is that what you said?
Yeah, because she's in the room with me, so.
Oh, gotcha.
She's the mini in the mini maker. Which is funny, because, yeah, that's my screen name. But she's the mini and I'm the maker. That's where that name came from, if anybody was curious. Well, not just her, but...
The mini and the maker. The YouTubes are hopping. Like a bunch of different craft channels. I was doing the video earlier and my phone's just like, and I was like, boom, another video drop. And it's like, man, everybody's like, I think it's because, the storm is like everywhere. So I think a lot of people are like feeling locked in.
Yeah. That'll do
So it's like, okay, well, I can't go anywhere. I might as well craft. And if I'm gonna craft, I might as well video it. It's like, yeah, I feel that.
I'm just temporarily handicapped, so.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot you were crafting one-handed.
No, I can use my. I just can't lift heavy things. Luckily, nothing on my desk right now is heavy, so I shouldn't have any problems. I just can't overuse it. Figured I'd give my neck a break from the
sling.
Yeah. But it still hurts, just not nearly as bad.
Did they give you a timeline at all as to like healing?
No. Literally the second the doctor said, oh, it's just a sprain, we'll get you on painkillers and we'll fill out the paperwork for work. And then as soon as he walked away from the chair that I was sitting in, he went home. We didn't get the paperwork, we didn't get the painkillers, nothing.
Interesting.
My boss had to go back to the emergency room the day after to pick up my work paperwork.
Yeah, you told me that. She had to go back and get it.
No, I don't know. In my opinion, very unprofessional, but what are you going to do?
Well, yeah. It's like, you kind of had a job to do.
Yeah. The nurse was nice.
Well, that's good.
And I saw a friend there, which is not usually a place you'd be excited to see a friend. So
Yeah, no kidding. They just have you go to like the emergency room?
Yeah, because I don't have a primary care doctor, and because it was a Sunday, urgent care was closed.
Gotcha.
That and the people, because they have like a phone number that they call because I didn't know if I even wanted to seek medical attention. And they're like, oh, we have a phone number to call for that. And they're like, oh, you have to be seen within 2 hours. And my coach is like, if we go to the urgent care, you're going to be sitting in the waiting room for 2 hours. So we're going to the emergency room.
Yeah. Yeah, just for the record, any injury that happens on the job, it is illegal to not report it.
Yep. And I found out the accidental hard way that if I had not gone in and said something, they would have been fined $10,000 too.
Yep.
So
I think I learned that when I wrecked my car and they were trying to like buy me off to not report it. They were like, we'll pay to repair your car and we'll pay your doctor bills. Just don't, and I'm like, okay, the fact that you're trying to buy me off tells me something's up.
Well, to be fair, you work for a sketchy place.
So, I looked into it and I'm like, holy crap. Yeah, no, I will be reporting that. Thanks.
Yeah. Luckily, mine was nothing serious, but you got to report it regardless.
But yeah, you're right. After the fact, I did find out exactly what kind of, what kind of people I was working for.
Was that, I think, no, never mind. I mean, I wasn't going to expect you to say the name, but I was going to be like, oh, is that these people? But I know who you're talking about.
Yep. The ones I drove for.
Yeah.
How else would I have wrecked my car, silly girl?
Oh, I know. That's why I didn't ask it, because it would have been a dumb question.
It's funny. I kind of cleaned my desk off a little bit with this project. I'm like, oh, that worked. Of course, as I was cleaning my desk off, I'm like, oh, look, that fits for this week. Oh, look, that fits for this week.
I love when that happens.
I know. I have my sewing machine back up on my table, which is nice. I hated having to like take it down, put it up, take it down, put it up, take it down, put it up every time I wanted to sew something. So, I would usually end up like stockpiling what I needed to sew and make it, make it worth it. Because I was having to clean a spot for it and then pull it out, set it up, and it was like, this is a pain in the tushy. But when I got my 5-stacker shelf over here, cleaned off that whole left side of my table. I just have to retrain my brain and go, oh yeah, you're done working on that project? Put it on the shelf. That's why you bought it. And it's funny because Gail does her Margarete Miller on Wednesdays. Wednesday is her challenge day. And she did hers last week and she stapled her prompt on too.
Yeah, nice.
I'm like, this is like the 3rd week in a row that I've messaged you and been like, oh my God, I do that too. She was talking about sewing and she goes, and I sew barefoot. She goes, I don't know why. I just always have. And I'm like, yep. I go, I sew barefoot and backwards. I turn the pedal around and I push with my heel and not my toes.
Yeah, I push with my toes.
I'm like, but yep, barefoot or nothing.
I do sew barefoot though. I'll give you that one.
But it's just funny. I'm like, so I'm curious what's going to happen this week. What's going to be similar this week? Or the same, even.
Something torn is simply the easiest prompt I have ever gotten. I tear 90% of the things that go into my projects.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. I don't know. What said she when she has Wi-Fi, she'll pop in and listen. And I invited her, to come into chat, or she's got a good connection to come, to let me know, and I'd send her the link. But she's from the Facebook group that I'm in, and I'm not going to name it just because I don't want people like stalking it.
Yeah.
But she had come to the group for support because she had relapsed.
Mm.
And was asking for what are some good journaling activities to help. And so I asked if she minded if I PM'd her, and so we kind of been talking off and on. And I lost my train of thought.
Invite
Oh.
her.
When you were talking about tearing paper, 90% of your thing, so we were talking about journaling and stuff like that. And she sends me a picture, and her counselor gave her wreck this
journal.
Yeah. And I'm like, those are awesome. I said, I like your counselor already.
I love mine. I need to work on it again, but I think it's packed. What are you doing, Bugs?
Yeah, I'm like, I like your counselor already. She encourages journaling, and she gave you a wreck this journal.
What do you need, Bud?
I kissed you.
Okay. Thank you.
With my soda mouth, I just kissed.
With your soda mouth?
Yeah.
You're drinking my soda, aren't you?
I drank mine.
Well, how else would she have a soda mouth?
That one's mine.
No, mine's also over there.
Okay.
I picked it up.
You drink it all?
I drink mine now.
So that means she'll be asleep in 20 minutes?
If we're lucky.
She drank your soda? I'm really liking the way my 60s journal's coming together too.
That's good.
I've got all of my pages covered. Today I was working on gluing the pockets in. So I had my sewing machine out so that I could sew pockets and belly bands. And I've changed from yellow to pink thread, and I've got like a couple things that I need to sew, pockets and belly bands that I need to sew with the pink, so I can glue them in. I can work on decorating the pages with those funky little pictures that I printed out. My abstract art pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I have one in here.
I love those.
I used one in here. I was going to use one of the little ones, but there's not enough room in between the images to have been able to fit in this frame. I was like, oh, bummer. Because those little itty bitty ones are cute too. Even I don't want to cover that. Okay. Butterfly not go in.
Butterfly not going.
Yep. No butterfly. So what'd you find in the magazine? Is that the cityscape?
I actually printed the cityscape, but
have you put on what you found in the magazine yet?
Yeah, a couple different things.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, I know it was a car magazine, but I don't know what else kind of advertisements they have in them.
You just gotta know how to utilize.
What are you trying to say?
That just because it was a car magazine doesn't mean it didn't have words in it.
True.
And just because there's a whole sentence doesn't mean you have to use the whole sentence. Just cut out the words you want.
Yep, absolutely. Carrie the Crafter actually has a whole series on harvesting from books and magazines.
Yeah. So
I'm still trying to decide if I like this very like in your face sparkly one from last week.
I do. Well, are you done already?
Yeah.
Or are you still?
I'm only doing one page and I have a small
That's
page.
fair.
So
That's fair. That's okay. This one was quick for me too, because I'm just going over making sure I have everything. Yes.
I know, like me last week. Oh wait, something to staple. Whoops.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I got everything. I wish I could figure out how to see, because when we're side by side, it squishes it. But like I have a full view of my, so I'll just go page by page like I usually. I forgot to trim this down. I definitely like this one better than last week's for me.
So in case I don't know if you've noticed that I go back and I edit the thumbnail.
Can Lauren come?
No, it's a school night. Go sit, please.
I was like last night, Emma and Madison, we spend the night. No, it's a school night. I'm like, you have to come on a Friday or a Saturday.
Stop, please. I asked you to stop getting into that. Well, and I keep telling her that at least until I find out whether or not I get that shift change at work, the best time to ask would be when she is at her dad's.
Right.
But she won't ask him, so
Wow.
no comment. Where's my pen? Because I'm missing one minute detail, but I need my pen to do it.
That I just have to do. Yeah, it's funny. And Emma's like, or maybe a Friday and a Saturday. And I said, well, girlfriend, considering the attitude you had last time you were at my house, I don't know about that. Yeah. She just kind of rolls her eyes and walks away. And I'm like, But I talked with her mom today a little bit. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Okay, well, it looks like it says 2030.
It looks like what?
What?
Hold on.
Okay.
Can't even do anything because I don't know where my computer mouse is.
Gotta deal with the kiddo, it sounds like.
Yep. Anyway. All right, we all good?
Sorry, I was reading the prompts for next week. I'm like, you've got the perfect magazine for next week. Yeah, I was like, I'm my brain is just like.
That's okay. So is mine.
So I'm not sure. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I was. I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay. So something you take on a picnic.
Oh, before we go, I don't know if you've noticed that I changed the thumbnails after we do our video.
Nope.
And I add our pictures of our finished product to the thumbnail after. But for you, I usually have to do like a screen grab from the live. So if you send me a picture of yours after you're done, I'll use that instead. Okay. Okay. Go for it.
Something you take on a picnic. What you got?
I have a glass of iced tea. Well, technically, it's iced tea in my journal, but in the magazine, it was alcohol. But it looks like tea.
What?
It was like a bottle of bourbon or something. I don't even remember what it was.
I have a picnic basket and a coffee cup because I don't know about you, but I bring my craft supplies on my picnic too. So, and I have a little tablecloth.
Yeah, and that little gingham is kind of like a picnic, like with the tablecloth that goes on a picnic table too.
Precisely.
So.
I
know I'm liking that I have such a small space to work in, because then I don't have a chance to like really like overthink stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, I really wanted that butterfly on here. But I also don't want to cover up the treble clef, because that's like my favorite music note.
Yeah.
An image from a magazine.
Okay. So I have this little what are they called? Centerpiece picture.
Okay.
And then I also have a couple words from the Car magazine, which is spring, collect, which used to say collector, collect, and persistent raindrops, because I don't know about anybody else, but picnics make me think of rain, because that's the best time to go on a picnic, in my opinion.
Persistent raindrop.
Persistent raindrops.
Love it. So my primary image from a magazine is my two friends down here that are having alcohol. I guess I should just say that's bourbon up there, because they're down here drinking their alcohol too.
No, it's iced tea. It's strawberry lemonade.
Yeah, these two definitely are not iced tea.
Strawberry lemonade.
They're like layered somethings, like layered daiquiris or something. But that's an image. This is all from a magazine. This is from a magazine. So where's your text in another language?
Right underneath.
Aha. I pretty much covered mine. It was a piece of sheet music. I was going to flip it over and show you the back. Yep, that works. It's yep.
You can see it peeking out in the corner at least.
It's sheet music, and the words are written in Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized that. I'm like, oh, you can't even see any of the words. I mean, it says allegro up here, but I think that's a musical term, not a...
Yes. If I remember right, it is a volume. It's a specific volume.
Oh, but I do have Japanese paper on this collage piece of the frame.
There you go.
I just realized that. This is all words.
Mine's hiding.
There's Japanese right there. I guess technically mine is too. I'm going to cover that. I keep looking at the prompt from last week. Now, actually, I have last week's, this week's, and next week's all on my desk. So my brain is confusing.
There's a crane in my skyline. Hold on, let me see if I can get my book over. There's a crane in the skyline, and I thought I dripped something on it.
Oh. So what's your torn item?
I'm pushing buttons on my computer. Oops. I have the Japanese book is torn, and also my picnic tablecloth is torn. And the words.
Wherever did you get a Japanese book?
Oh, I don't know. Some random lady that I'd like to go to her house and take craft supplies.
I was talking to Muzz earlier about, needing to reorganize and move stuff around in my craft room. And I'm like, I said something about books, and she's like, get rid of them. And I'm like, but I use them. She goes, do you need that many? And I'm like,
yes.
Because one cubby holds 20 books, and I've got 9 cubbies plus a box in the garage.
Yes.
She's like, you get to keep 1 cubby of books. That's all you need. I'm like,
that's unfair. That's unrealistic.
I mean, granted, it would free up a lot of storage space. Something you'd place on a bookshelf. I see books.
I also have candles, which I like keeping on bookshelves as long as they're not lit. And I also
there's not a cat to knock it on your head.
Yes. because I like the way succulents look, just like little fake succulents on bookshelves. I think it's cute.
Okay. I have a picture frame, a framed picture. Wow. And yeah, that is one of the images from the new digital kit that I just purchased. Really funny.
I love it.
They're so cute. And then bonus item, something found in a school bag.
Which are my, in this case, craft supplies. So I have little scissors. There's a, I think it was supposed to be a pen, but to me it looks like a paintbrush. And a notebook and some glue, because I was talking about, I like to go out. I like to take my craft supplies on the run, so they can fit in a book bag.
Yeah.
Or school bag, I mean.
I have grass.
Grass. In your school bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's what I should have done, is rocks.
No, those are in my vacuum. And I also have a ruler. But that's the ruler and the grass stuff was on my desk when I was cleaning it off, and I went, oh, I'll stick that up into my collage box for next week.
I like it.
And then my ladies here is a pocket for my prompts. I don't know if you saw when I held the prompts up to the back and I put the glue around it.
I did not.
So it created a little pocket.
Love it.
You didn't create a pocket or anything for yours?
No, I just glued it on there.
Oh. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Mine are just attached.
They're what?
All 3 weeks, they're just glued on like they're part of it.
Gotcha.
Loud and proud. But I don't know. I kind of like the first week had a pocket.
Yeah, I thought you did a pocket on week 1.
Yeah, so I'm sure I'll end up with another pocket somewhere eventually. But
yeah, you know, and like last week there was nowhere. I mean, I couldn't really put a pocket on that anywhere.
Yeah.
There, I couldn't put a pocket on that anywhere.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm like, oh, I need something stapled anyway, so that works.
Also, the city skyline really had no relevance to the rest of the picture, but I think it kind of fit in with the whole taking the crafts on the go thing.
Well, yeah, and it, you know, and it fills your space.
Yep.
And it doesn't have to have anything to do with it. That's, you know,
it's me.
I mean, if you look at any, if you type in the hashtag Margarete Miller into YouTube, it'll bring up the list of all the people that have hashtagged it, and you can watch all the videos of all the crafters that are doing it. Mm-hmm. And some of them are like really, like none of the pieces connect to any of the other ones, so they're very, very eclectic.
I don't know. Maybe I'll try that one of these weeks, but I like having a theme. I always have.
So next week you're gonna have fun trying to theme that one.
Oh, I'm sure I'll figure it out.
I'm just gonna say.
Because are we exposing next week's, or are we waiting until next week? Okay.
Exposing. Are we exposing next week? Let me while I'm thinking about it, take a picture of mine.
Yeah, and I'll take a picture of you, mine after.
Let's see if I can get my light out of it. Not my light, my shadow.
Oh, dude, I so know how to make this work. Okay, I know what my next week's theme is.
Ah, see, I'm looking at that going, what the? Okay. Next week, week 4. Something related to a religious or secular holiday. Ledger paper. Do you have any?
I don't think so.
Probably should have looked at the prompts. You could have grabbed some while you were here. I have like 3 cubbies worth.
Oh no, making up
Again-
another trip.
A game or puzzle piece, something you find in a garage, a pair of something, and the bonus is a zigzag pattern. I did zigzag last week.
I so know what I'm going to do for that one.
Ugh. I might have to go steal an automotive magazine.
Rock everybody's world.
Do what?
Said it's going to rock everybody's world. Probably not. It's the internet, so I'm sure I'll offend somebody.
Is what it is. All right, guys. Well, that is it for this week. Thank you for anybody that came in and watched. And thanks for the replay crew. And we will catch you guys next week for week 4.
And yeah.
Bye.
Toodles.